Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have a beer that is of a style that I have not reviewed on this before, and I don't drink very often. And I can say that I've only ever had one other beer from these guys. They're Hefeweizen, but it's fantastic, and I've heard in general that they're really good at making lagers. So I wanted to get this guy because it's their winter lager seasonal. It's called Primus, is what I've heard, and I'm not just saying that. Like, I know the word Primus, like the band, but supposedly that's not how this is pronounced. It's either Primus or Primus, according to their website. But it is a Weizenbock from Live Oak Brewing Company. Comes in a nice nondescript black and gold can, which I appreciate. Nice Steelers colors there. And I'm going to drink it out of this New Glarus Pilsner glass that I got for Christmas. I know this isn't a Pilsner, but at least it's a German beer, and I wanted to have a reason to drink out of this glass. So crack this open and see what we got. I'm pretty excited because their Hefeweizen is fantastic. Wow. Apparently I didn't realize this glass is not as big as I thought it was, which is fine. I don't need a giant glass, but it's just interesting. I guess because of the sloping and everything, sometimes you think a glass is bigger than it is. But so anyways, I'm actually surprised about how hazy this is. I mean, not that I would necessarily expect this style to be super clear, but if you're doing really traditional lagers, it's kind of what I would have expected. I poured about an inch of beige head, but as you can see, it's quickly dissipating. But it seemed pretty lively in the glass, so that's a good sign. So, I will say that I'm very, very excited for this, given the nose. It's very caramely forward, a little bit of dark fruit character, some pruny character, and a lot of very, very big banana-y estery character that I'm getting, that I would normally get from their Hefeweizen yeast as well. So if this is just a bigger, darker version of their Hefeweizen, that would not disappoint me in the slightest, so we'll see. It's really interesting. This style is such that so many breweries, German and American, obviously it originated in Germany, but in general, just I've had so many different beers in this style that just taste so different. Sometimes I really wonder what the true classic style. Obviously there's the BJCP or whatever the hell it's called, the guidelines. But to me, it seems to be all over the place sometimes. So I really don't know what the true style is, but honestly, generally I don't care about that as long as it's a really good tasting beer. But for these guys, I do think about it because I know that they really are trying to emulate the traditional German style. So I will say up front, it's tough because I want to judge it like for how dry their Hefeweizen is. It makes me think that this should be that way too, but that's not really what this style is, and it's a much bigger beer. It does have that dark fruity character at the beginning. It is a little sweet, but that's pretty traditional of Hefeweizens. But then that sweetness drops off very quickly. It follows into that big, deep banana estery character that the hef has, and then finishes with a little bit of a grassy hop character. So, excuse me. I will say that this is definitely one of the most crushable Weizenbocks that I've ever had. It's actually, now that I keep coming back to the nose to try to pick up some more things that maybe not getting in the taste. And it almost has a very, very mild smoky character to it as well. It's interesting. It's really crazy because I'm a traditionalist when it comes to rating beer. Like I guess I don't. I'm traditionalist on both sides, depending on how you look at it. Some traditionalists are just style, some traditionalists. So, well, how do what do you think about it? Well, it's completely hedonistic. It doesn't matter your style. I generally float in between there. I don't care if it's the style. If I think it's great, but there are some styles that I don't like that much, but I know it's really good for the style. And this is much like some of the great New Glarus lagers. This is hitting the tops of both of the scales. Like, I think it's a really good beer in general. I can't believe that this is 8% because I could crush this easily. But for the style, I think it's fantastic. It's the up front, it's definitely more traditional what I normally get from Weizenbocks. It's a little sweeter, some dark fruit, some caramel character, but that goes away very quickly, and it finishes with that traditional hef yeast. It's very estery, very banana like, and like I said, even has a little bit of the grassy hop character that we might find in a pilsner or something. So, it depends what you like on this one. That's what I would say, because I think it's fantastic for what it is. It's a great Weizenbock, and I think it's a really great beer in general. But if you don't like German styles, you're not gonna like it, because if you're just a hophead, you're not gonna like this beer. That's just how it is. It's not over the top in any way, and that's why I think it's great. So, my rating, I would definitely say buy this. I don't know exactly how much it costs because I traded for it, but I know there's no way that it's more than $12 a 6-pack, so $2 a can. And I can't think of many beers, especially for this strong of alcohol. Even though I don't care about it, it is a comparison when it comes to price. I can't think of many beers this strong in alcohol that's that cheap, that's this well crafted. Really, really, really awesome beer, and I don't want to live in Texas for a lot of reasons because it's way too hot. But if I did live around Live Oak, that would be a reason to not hate the weather as much, because if it was hot, I wouldn't drink this in the heat. But like their hef and stuff, I would just crush their awesome lagers. And this is definitely a great, great winter version of what their Hefeweizen is. If you wanted something bigger for the colder months, this is definitely what you want. So, absolutely, absolutely buy it. It's fantastic, and it is probably, I don't know, other than like crazy gigantic American bastardized barrel aged Weizenbocks, I can't think of a traditional American Weizenbock that I've had that's better than this. So, if you like the style at all, and even if you don't, and you want to revisit the style and try to get a really, really good example of it, absolutely go out and get this. So, that's all I have to say about this beer. I had fun doing this one. Like, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.